DVB Digital Fast.
Looking back to your time in Karenni state, what is the hardest part about documenting life in a conflict zone?
Yeah, the hardest part is the setting my mind. Once I make up my mind, once I set my mind, so everything after that become very, very easy. To join a mission, I had to make my mind like a soldier. I'm not a soldier. I'm not a resistance fighter. I haven't been trained as a resistance fighter. I'm a civilian, but I know very well and I have very close connections and the experiences living with them to some extent and also having the journey through. So I just need to set my mind before I decide to join a mission. Because every soldier, all resistance fighters, and also everyone who joined that missions, we all had to set our mind first. Because there's only two scenarios, that is death or alive. So for that, I had to make my mind. I'm joining this mission or not. So if I decide to join that mission, what I had to set my mind and what I had to organize the things and also what I prepare. But even though there's only two options, we have one mind. That is with strong determination and persistence to win. So two options, but with one mind.
Was there ever a moment you felt like putting your camera down?
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to hold my camera. I don't want to take the photographs for some moments. For example, when I interview with one of the hostage arrested by SAC during that mission, even though I took the consent from him very clearly, I'm really reluctant to take a photograph of him because he looked really desperate. I feel his mental sufferings and anxious and anxiety. And also our friends, resistance fighter, when they pass away, it's really painful taking the photograph of their dead body. Yeah, these are the hardest moments. That's why I use others mediums to document. So not only the photography. If I cannot take the photograph, I write. If I cannot write, I record the audio. I use the different mediums because I also feel like I should not push myself all the time. So I also let myself relax and comfortable, not to be tight all the time. That is not a good way. I also being aware of taking care of myself at the same time. That's why I'm using different mediums.
There have been reports in recent months that the situation in Karenni has changed a lot since you documented Shadow Mission, with resistance forces losing ground. How does it feel for you to witness that? Yeah,
in 2025, this year, we have been facing the very intense execution extension by the SACM troops, the whole area of Karenni, both on ground and on air. So airstrike every day, all the time, day and night. Even we cannot predict. The airstrike happening everywhere. So it seems like no target, just destroying everything. And this year, that military operation, SAC military operation, getting really intense and more severe because of the election that SAC is planning to hold in December this year. So they give the reason of election, of clearing the land. They said that they will destroy everything, everyone who blocks the election. Even though we all know that election is a fake, but the military operations, very, very inhumane, severe military operation by SAC are not fake. I feel like they take the advantage of that fake election to clear the land and to kill the people. even though it is a fake election, the SAC, they got lots of advantages in terms of the AMS operations.
Yeah. It sounds like you've witnessed a lot. How did you choose what moments to keep and what to leave out of the book?
Actually, I only omitted, I make my own censorship, only for the things that need to be aware of the security, and also some topics that are really sensitive personally. So I only omitted that, some part of that, but the rest I originally share with the audience. So my primary intention is to share my materials. They are the primary sources for my reflections. So I just want to give as it is to the audience, to the others. I don't want to remake it and give it to the others. I just want to give as it is to others. So people, they can read it, they can see it, and they can feel it by themselves, and they can conceptualize it in their own way. I like that way. So that's why I didn't omit much.
So what do you want people to learn from it? I mean, what new understanding do you hope readers take away from the stories you share in your book? This mission, this experience is my very first time documenting the whole mission from start to finish. In the past, I had experience of documenting the mission, but only a few days come and go. This one is the whole thing. From that experience, I learned one key point, that is the success of the belter, success of the resistance mission depends on three factors. These three factors are preparation, engagement, and maintenance of the outcomes. These three factors are really, I'm aware of, there's a three factors in a mission. But most of the people mostly focus on the engagement part, middle part, execution part. But the success, the victory, depends on the preparation as the very first step, and the maintenance of the outcomes as the next step after the execution. Based on that reflection, my understanding, that shadow area was the area where the military and arms and administrative mechanism of the Karenni army and the Karenni People Progressive Party operated for several decades. And then that is the existing institutional resource. So having that kind of institutional resource, existing institutional resource, that allows missions to get a better preparation and the maintenance of the outcomes. Of course, in addition to these factors, the length of the mission is completion also related to the enemy's mental physical factors and geographic location, and also the weapons. It's also relating to social ties, social responsibility, dignity of these parties. I feel like I reflect that what I discovered from the shadow mission is the ability cannot be won by soldiers alone. It is only when all groups are fully involved in that entire war social context, so war-related context. All parties in the whole context of war, their full involvement is really important. By this means, a mission, a war can be fought, won, and maintain the victory. This is my key reflection from this experience. Do you see Barbara Flowers Will Bloom as a record of history, or more like your personal witness to life in Karenni State during the resistance to the 2021 coup?
It is both. Yeah, both. So it is also my personal life, personal experiences, my first-hand experience, sharing my situated perspective on war. Also, at the same time, it is also the public documentation doing by an ordinary citizen, me. It is also an act of my resistance.
The title is poignant. Why did you choose it, and what does it mean to you personally?
So this title of the book come from the poem that I wrote during that mission. So some days I could not write, as I told. I could not write like full sentence or the full paragraph. In those days, I use others and try others medium, or sometimes only a word came out. They may be a little bit poetic. I could not say that this is a real poem. A little bit of poetic lyrics, words, because I could not write a full sentence. That moment, that day was, it is a very memorable and also very tragic moment for me and also for all of us. That is between February 5th to February 7th, between that period. And at that time, in that period, like the SACM troops, they approached the shadow in different way. It happened in that 2 days. A shadow local resident, they were being hostage by the SACM troops in a shifting cultivation field in Shadow Town. Our resistance fighters, they follow the SACM troops, and then the SACM troops, they arrest the local people. They were IDPs, internally displaced people. They are shadow local peoples, and they were children and pregnant women, and also grandma and young adults. 6 people in total, including pregnant women. They were being hostage and also being killed. The resistance fighters, they were hearing the sounds of the shouting and screaming of the hostages, and also the noise of the shooting the guns and killing these local people by SAC. It was very tragic moment for the resistance fighter. They told me like, hey, I don't want to fight anymore because our innocent people are being killed. I'm also feeling really it's not a feeling of anger, not feeling of sadness. It is the feeling of nothing. I feel numb. And also our resistance fighters, they also feeling like emptiness. They are sitting like this. On the same day, there was an airstrike in Dosi village, western part of Timor. So airstrike to the basic education school. So many young students were killed by airstrike on the same day. All these tragic news are overwhelming all of us. On that day, I could not write anymore. So that a poem, a kind of lyrics came out from my mind. Maybe I read that. I became numb, I became immune. A big hole in my body, growing from small dots for a long time. Many things I don't want to accept, they fall into that big hole and disappear. I exit as if I were normal, doing what I'm supposed to do regularly. One day, the things that fall into that big hole will become fertilizer, and I pray that the purple flowers will bloom. So, yeah, I don't know how to explain that exact explanation, why I choose that title or how this title became.
When people read your book or see the exhibition, what do you want them to feel?
Yeah, there is a small exhibition at Allium Francais. We organized that small exhibition to support that book launch. So not a big exhibition, but In that exhibition, we showcase the whole process of bookmaking, photo bookmaking, from start to finish. People come and touch each steps, each process of bookmaking. We also exhibit, display, install a few objects, maps, and some photos that will help the people bringing them to the context atmosphere of the shadow mission. I hope they will get that atmosphere we aim to give. We designed that mini exhibition in that space, in that atmosphere. I hope people, the audience, they can interact and also form their own interpretations and reflections.
You've already inspired many young photographers. What advice would you give to aspiring Myanmar photographers?
Yeah, I don't have any suggestions for them. I don't have any particular suggestion because I'm a very junior and new photographer in this photography scene, in this creative, visual creative scene. I also would like to say thanks to all my photographers, my senior photographers, and in every photography disciplines. They all show me ways. And also they all help me to find out myself visually. So I don't have any particular suggestions for the photographers out there because we all have been facing every day, like different struggle, different challenges. We all are dealing different kinds of emotions every day. We also having like lots of distractions every day from day to night. So we all are trying to adapt that. We all are trying to embrace all these challenges and trying to keep ourselves forward. We all are dealing in our own way. That is the best things. So I don't have any particular suggestion from my position. One thing is, being ourselves, being yourself, being myself is the only way to move forward, to embrace the things and to make things happen and meaningfully. Yeah.
So what's next for Khin Sandar Nyunt?
For me, I do research-based. I write research-based articles. So in coming years, I do more focus on writing only textual work and less photography. Maybe I would do more focus on research-based exploration and research-based writings, articles. And also at the same time, there is a film, Papa Flower Will Bloom film. We have been doing that film like over a year, so haven't accomplished that in terms of some challenges. So that film will come out. I hope that will come out very soon. So that film will complement this book. I hope that film will give you more insights about this shadow mission and about this book.
Before we wrap up, is there any message you would like to say to the people of Myanmar?
Yeah, I don't have any particular message. Yeah, so we all are important. We all are important. So, we all are important.
Thanks for sharing your story with DVB.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me here and also giving me a chance to share all these thoughts.